Hello, and welcome to the Table and Well podcast. I'm Tennison.
And I'm Ginelle. Thank you for joining us as we discuss topics and give practical tools that help you live, grow, and be in healthy, joy-filled relationship with God, yourself, and others.
For more information and resources, or if you're looking for coaching, connection, and community, visit tableandwell.org. We hope you enjoy this podcast. You are listening to Fingerprints, how God is transforming the relational health of His family. All throughout this series, you will hear transformational stories from everyday people just like you. But what if this transformation isn't just for them? What if it's for you too? I want to let you know that it is for you as well. And that's why we've created Relational Co-Labs, intentional spaces where this type of transformation becomes real. These are small, safe communities where you will practice the skills that will help you grow and build joy, rebuild your trust, enable you to stay present in the middle of hard moments, help you deeply connect to God, yourself, and others, and experience the authentic connection that your heart was designed for. See, this is more than just another class or a book study or even a Bible study. This is real life. This is hands-on. This is heart-connected, and it's changing lives. If you're tired of disconnection, and if you're longing for something more, don't just listen to these stories, become one. For more information, or to join our fall collabs starting in September, go to tableandwell.org/collabs. You were never meant to walk this journey alone. And your healing is part of how God's leaving His fingerprints in the transformation of the relational health of His family. I love that.
That's good.
It's so good.
So I'm curious for both of you, just even in this last 22 weeks that we spent together in collabs, for each of you, what's the biggest strength or capacity that has emerged in those 22 weeks that maybe you didn't have before, or what was strengthened?
You can go first.
I think the strengthening of the understanding of personalities and in more the verbiage here of relational maturity. Like, what are logistical things that cause us to be who we are and what we do and how we process? Like, when you really start thinking about relational maturity and how, when you come across some reactions by myself or other people that just seem out of place, to be able to put some assessment to that and just go, oh, well, that kind of explains it. Like that there's peace in that. There's understanding in that. So it's much easier to find grace for people if you have an understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
It's been very much more peaceful for me to be able to, not pick up that burden, or certainly not take offense. That's such a big thing, and
I love that.
And I've been using, and I've kind of shared that with you, using that with the training that I do with my usher team at church. And so much of what we do, really, our job is finding ways to avoid offense, not in ourselves, but helping everybody else not take offense. Like, our job is keep things running.
It's good.
Within, there's safety, there's security, and within all of that, avoiding or making it, not impossible, but a lot tougher for people to pick up offense.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't think I've ever thought about providing safety and security and even group identity, creating a more stable environment that eliminates or reduces offense.
Yeah.
Like, we talk about offense, like that's your job to just stop being offended, right?
Yeah.
But when our environments are unstable and we don't know what the expectation is or what the group values, or what we value, or who we are as people, that can really create a lot of opportunity. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
Sharing that, like what came to my mind is that we don't know when people, especially in church settings, like if you've got a church of any size, there's going to be visitors every Sunday or every time the church doors are open potentially. And you don't know what their baggage is. You don't know what their hurts are, what their wounds are, what their life mindset is, what their viewpoint is. And so if we can serve even those that aren't yet part of our community in a place of safety, security, hospitality in the best way that we can.
Yeah.
That just, I think that creates an opportunity for their hearts to be open to news and to connecting with people and possibly joining community if they feel safe. Because I mean, that's one of our core needs, right? Is that desire and that need to feel safe. So,
yeah.
And
often in those spaces where there's, as you're talking about, Jane, maybe some opportunities for growth in our desire, or not our desire, but our ability to be easily offended. Oftentimes there's tender belly places for us when we're being offended easily. But those can't even be grown through if there's no safety or security. And so I think that's such a great point that creating that as a foundation for everyone creates invitation of healing and hope for everyone.
Yeah. I don't know everybody's stories. Like I could go into something that happened to me a couple months ago in the theater where somebody was offending me, not on purpose.
Right.
But and when I paused for a moment to ask Jesus, which I didn't premeditate to do, it just kind of happened. I'm like, okay, Jesus, what's your perspective? And he's like, I'm okay with it. And I'm like, what? I was so surprised that he was okay with this person talking in the theater because this woman had not seen, he told me this woman had not seen her friend for so long. And she was so happy to be connecting with her friend. And I started tearing up because I'm like, I didn't know. I thought she was just being rude because we were going to start to watch this movie and she was still talking. But just that perspective shift, like when you know a different perspective, his perspective.
Yeah.
That can make to your heart posture and your mindset. It was just, I'll never forget that little experience.
Yeah. And I think there's some maturity in that too, of like, yes, there's things we may want, and then there's a bigger picture of what may be best.
Yeah.
And those don't always align, but we can partner with them, can't we?
Yeah.
Maturity allows us to do that.
Hey, friends. We have some really important news that we want to share with you of what we're doing here at Table and Well.
If we've had the honor to walk with you, you all know how much we care about helping people connect with God, themselves, and others.
After 5 years of retreats and collabs and workshops and community tables, we have seen and heard countless stories of families being restored, of marriages being healed, and leaders living more joyfully and maturely. So because of that, we're going to take this summer and put our full attention to completing our relational discipleship curriculum. This is so we can help to deepen and widen our reach and the transformation that we are seeing in the lives of those that we're walking with.
Yeah, it is the thing that people keep asking for. And it's honestly what we wish we had 20 years ago.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really practical, it's accessible, and it's rooted in the transformation that we've seen in you and really in ourselves as well.
Yep. But here's the honest part. Table and Well is about $3,000 a month short in our financial goals and what we need to be able to finish this curriculum with the time investment that it takes.
And summer is always the hardest part financially. And without your support, we're going to have to put a pause on development and tremendously scale some things back moving towards the fall.
So we're inviting you. If Table and Well, if our work has impacted your life, your family, your church, we're inviting you to help us carry this forward.
Yeah, see, your one-time gift of $50, $100, $500 would be amazing, and any gift is truly appreciated. But really what we're asking, what we're needing right now is monthly support. What we're looking for and asking is for 15 people to give at least $200 a month. If you could do that, that would take care of our immediate needs.
Yes, and 25 people at $200 a month would really help set us up well as we go into the fall.
Yeah.
Twice as many as that would actually ensure that Table and Well is sustainable well into 2026, which would be absolutely amazing.
Yes.
So together, we are bringing relationships back to life.
Yes, so thank you for your support and walking with us on this journey.
Thank you.
I don't know, Jane, did you answer
I don't think you actually answered our question.
Yeah.
Question again.
Yeah. What's one of the areas that you have seen yourself grow in strength or capacity over the last 22 weeks of being in Co-Labs?
Oh, it would be really hard to pick just one. I mean, one of the first things that hit me with realization was that I thought I knew what joy was, and then I don't know what joy is, and I didn't know what shame was. Well, I had a version of what I thought shame was.
Yeah.
Now realizing that it's much broader, much more expansive than I had first thought. Like, that's been such a gift to that I can carry, that any of us can learn to be in a state of joy even when we feel sad or depressed or anxious or angry or disgusted or whatever. Like, you can still be in that place of strength, which is joy. And that's, God being with us, God is being with us, even in those situations. That has been huge. It's just huge. It's changing so many things.
I love that.
Yeah. Can you articulate that a little bit more? Like, what things?
Yeah.
Well, I can in ministry, like even in the work I do with helping people get free from their heart wounds and from any influences that aren't godly, just to let them know that they can hold, they don't have to just fixate on their anger or their disappointment, that they can actually draw on the strength of joy, even in the processing those other difficult emotions. And that's been a shock for most people. They're like, I don't understand. Like, they feel guilty because they don't feel joyful, but they don't like feeling these other strong emotions that we equate with being negative.
Yeah.
Just letting them know, like, these are normal emotions and responses to life circumstances and to mindsets that you haven't quite worked through yet with the Lord. And God's not surprised by it.
Yeah.
He's offering us his joy. He's offering us his compatibility, his companionship, his strength, and we can offer that to each other. And so just being in those ministry settings and offering that to somebody that's in a time of distress or confusion or pain, to be able to just be with them in that, it makes me quite emotional because I'm like, what a gift that we can partner with the Lord in doing that with him.
Yeah.
It's not solely us. It's Christ in us.
Yeah.
God in us that's allowing us to do that. So
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's beautiful. I want to elaborate on that a little bit, because what have you noticed, or what shifts in, if you want to call it, the atmosphere in your relational connection with people, when you have stopped trying to fix and just be with, and offering that joy and the gladness to be with, and letting people know that, no, God is just glad to be with you in the middle of all of this. So
and so am I.
And so am I.
Yeah.
So either, in those sessions or just in different situations, like, I'm curious as to what have you seen shift in those spaces when you just, we don't need to fix it. We're just going to be together.
I would say multiple things. The first thing that comes to me is that perfect peace often. It's almost like a timelessness that happens, like almost like you're outside earthly time. Might sound odd, but it feels like there's something that shifts atmospherically.
Yeah.
Actually. And then I guess after that, it would be like, I can speak for myself. I don't feel stressed or strained. I can just be, kind of like what Ken had said earlier, like, there's a grace just to be. Yeah, it's not as pressurized. It's not as strenuous. Like, I don't know. I can't words, the adjectives to say, but and I think that opens up the other person to also enter into that place. It's almost like it's this partnership that happens between the two of you, or however many people from situation or conversation. And it's really, unreal.
Yeah.
It has to be God in that, right? Because two humans just on their own would probably not be able to get that level or that depth
Yeah.
of communion. Basically, you're communing in the
Yeah.
midst. It's that the joy of the fellowship of suffering with.
Yeah. The gladness to be together.
Yeah.
Just a freedom in it.
Yeah, there's a freedom there that's available.
I love
Yeah.
that.
This brings me back to a conversation we had in Co-Labs on Monday when we were talking about expectation expectation, responsibility, and stewardship.
No, just expectation. No.
It was about responsibility and privilege.
Privilege.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember a conversation about privilege and responsibility? Do you remember the brilliant things you said, Ken?
I've written down somewhere.
Yeah.
But that I was so struck by it truly being a privilege, and if we all just got that, what a wonderful world it would be, because we could, take the responsibility, but it's a light responsibility. It's an honor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember my exact words, but yeah,
ability to respond. Like it's heavy. It's not a works mentality.
Right.
Yeah.
More of a responsive relational ability that you can define responsibility as well.
Yeah. Yep. The idea of that. Yeah. And then, but in that is the privilege, and that it's not, because I think one of the things that we talked about was how you just said this, Jane, too, but how we've assessed work to responsibility, and then a negativity to privilege, to where really, if we take a step back and look at it, it's really like, no, it's a privilege to do this. It's a privilege to be a part of it. It's a privilege to receive this. And then in response, I get to do this instead of I have to do this. Yeah. And so because fixing could be like, well, I have to fix this thing. It's my responsibility to fix it. Well, no, it's a privilege that someone is sharing this with you, and that you get to sit in it with them, and I can respond in a way that is relational and just being. And it's not my responsibility to fix it. It's my privilege to sit here with you.
It's the word honor comes to me. It's a privilege is also an honor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think even in Canada, the word privilege has been kind of trodden underfoot. Like, it's seen as something that's disdaining and not very privileged. Then, you need to be taken down, like that tall poppy syndrome that people talk about. Cut down all the tall poppies.
Yeah.
Everybody should be the same. But it's an honor to be able to respond, to have the ability to respond to situations and to people's hearts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it takes the works mentality out of the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it is my responsibility, and I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
You're entering it with the right heart, the right motivation, the right incentive.
Yeah.
There's no work to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I get to have this responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The words that came out, they're finally coming back to me now, but to be entrusted with.
Yeah.
Like when we're given responsibility, it's someone is entrusting us with whatever that is, whether it's, you had talked about, like, as a small child having to now make your own meals, and you're made responsible for that, but you were entrusted with the ability to make your own meals. Or when the Lord is asking us to do things, like, he's entrusting us with that gift. And it is a gift. It's not a crushing weight. It's never meant to be a crushing weight. It really is an invitation that he knows he can trust us with, and not to do it on our own. Right? That's usually where we start to get ourselves in trouble, is when we think we're like the outcome and the fixing of it is all on our shoulders.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we just get to walk it out with him. And that is the invitation of it all.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Right now, so much of God's family is living disconnected. We've learned how to manage, perform, and survive. but we haven't been taught how to stay present, how to live from joy, or how to truly connect with God, ourselves, or each other. That's where you come in. At Table and Well, we're helping people rebuild what's been lost. We're guiding them back into life-giving connection, where joy is practiced, presence is possible, and relationships are restored. And when you give, especially as monthly supporters, you become part of this relational revival. You make it possible for someone to enter a space where it's normal to be seen, known, heard, and safe, where community isn't just talked about, it's experienced, where joy isn't the reward at the end of healing, it's the foundation we build from. As one participant said, "Not only do I have the tools to stay connected to myself and others in the middle of heavy and big emotions, I can." This is the kind of transformation your partnership makes possible. You have the opportunity to help restore the relational health of God's family, to develop healthy people who build safe communities where joy can be felt, received, and sustained. This doesn't happen by accident. It happens because people just like you say yes. Go to tableandwell.org/#give and become a monthly supporter today. Together, let's help the family of God become the safe and healthy family that we and the world both need.